Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to have a look at a very cool summer watch from Raven. Do you know the brand? I didn't really know them because it's from the US, and I had to take a plunge or leap of faith here. I've read a few online reviews and they were all very excited and they liked the Raven brand. So I took a plunge, and since I'm based in Europe, I have to pay not only the $750 for the watch, but also import tax and everything. So I had to research it a little bit, but I must say I'm very pleased with it. Here inside you see a hidden box with different things. We don't care about those. It's the watch we're after. Here it is. 2 straps comes up with it. The green one is my own strap. Let me show you the watch in all its glory. Look at this. I don't think there's been a review of, there has been a review of the tracker, the Raven tracker here, but not in the yellow dial. Just look at that. Look at that surface here of the dial. Very, very nice. So totally a summer watch. I just get, I get a smile on my face when I see this. So first off, let's have a look at the dimensions here. So if I do this, 38.8, so basically a 39 millimeter watch. The important lock to lock is 48.2, very nice. Below 50, which is what we should have. .3 thick and 20 millimeters. Very, very nice set of specifications here. So let's go through the looks here. The bezel is stainless steel. The watch is stainless steel, so let's have a zoom in here. Very nice brushing. And then you have a lip here at the bottom, which is polished, and the rest is satin. I haven't seen that before, with the underside being polished. So I think they've gone a few iterations here. So basically, this is a diver watch with a 300 meters water resistant. So 300 meters, very, very impressive. It's got stainless steel, of course. It's got the X1 Super Luminova, also on the little 12 o'clock pip here. It's got a box sapphire crystal, and that's basically a anti-reflective coating, and that's something that's really important for me. I really love the legibility of anti-reflective, so I have to have it, and so it's just a standard. But look at that sapphire here. Look at that sapphire here. Nice dome to it, and then it's flat on top and so legible. And then when I twist it a little bit in the sunlight, here you got the sun shining, and you can see the glossy surface, and then you can see the applied hour markers and the big triangle at the 12 o'clock. But it's so nicely done. And then at 9 and 3 you've got a different set of hour markers. And the 12 o'clock is the 6 o'clock is the date wheel. But look at that nice frame down there. Beautiful execution. It's not just stamped through, but actually a very nice window. That's superior. And then you've got the Raven logo on the top here. Nice small Raven logo. As you can probably tell by now, the second hand is ticking away so nicely. It's a 28,800, and it's a Miyota 9015. That's not a surprise. I really like Miyota 9015s. They're so nice. I have several of them, and it's just that 28,800 is so nice to see. And the Miyota is such a good workhorse. So you may wonder why I'm having this globe spinning in the left corner here, and that was just because Raven sent me this watch, and watch is coming from Kansas City in the States, and it's shipped all the way to Europe. And by some strange accident in customs, they just returned it. I've not had that done before. So they returned it all the way to US, where it got stuck in Chicago, and Chicago then sent it back to Europe again. So it's had 3 trips from the States to Europe, from Europe to the States, and from the States to Europe once again. So even though this is called the Raven Trekker, it hasn't been doing a lot of trekking. It has been doing a lot of flying, which is why I took the aeroplane there. So it's a funny thing. So I really need to do some trekking with it before it lives up to its name. So let's have a little close-up with this. So here we got the up close of the Raven logo. And just look at that 12 o'clock marker, so big and bold and really applied. Just a huge chunk of steel on top of the dial. And at the bottom here you can see Trekker automatic 300 meters and the date. And especially that window there. Really, really nice, beautiful. I mean, I don't mind the cutout, but this is just up and above what I usually see. That's really gorgeous. And look at those hands. It's faceted stick hands. And here's a close-up of the Raven logo. And here you can see the case back 2020. This is number 103 out of 200 in the yellow variant. So not a lot of the yellow variants were made. So I'm pleased about getting one of these. So my inspiration for getting one of these was actually the release of the Rolex Oyster Perpetual in those candy colors, yellow and the blue and all of these, and everyone likes them, including me. I didn't think I would like a totally bright yellow glossy dial. But I really like them. But I'm not into those Oyster Perpetuals. I'm more into a diver like this. I was really pleased when I saw something totally summer yellow like this, and with a glossy dial. I'm a sucker for glossy dials. There's just something unique about them, and brings a smile to my face when I see this. So that was the inspiration. They have it, limited number 300, and especially with that bezel here, with the stainless steel bezel. If it was a yellow bezel, yes, it would look nice, it would be color coordinated, but it would be a little bit too much yellow. I think it looks more tool-like when you have a bezel that's made of steel instead. And on his picture on the website, on the Raven website, they had actually a picture of something like this, just a canvas NATO strap, and I think that looks awesome on this. It makes it even more tool-like. So that was my inspiration for getting that. Are there any negatives in this? I don't think you can find many, because you saw in the close-ups, it's really nicely applied. Date and nice movement, the Miyota, and I don't think I can find many things. There's actually only 2 things. Only one thing actually. I was worried about the hands. I like on a diver that you have broader hands, so you can easily see them at a glance. If it's stick hands, more or less like a Rolex or something, sometimes they sort of get lost in the dial. So that was a worry of mine. But with this white superluminova here, you can easily see it. You can spot it from a mile away. So the stick hands is no problem. The design of them is no problem. I was just worried about the size. And the size, it's so legible, so actually that's not a problem. The only tiny remark I had, and that is the crown here. Works well, functions well, easy to grip, totally nice. I think they said in the pre-order that this was sticking out too much, and that in final production they would put it closer to the case. It is actually sticking out a little bit too much in my opinion. It's really going, so if I measure it like this, 4.8 millimeters out. I mean, I don't mind the size of this one. 6.3, totally fine, no worries. But this is probably a little bit too much. So 4.8 means that it has a risk of leaving a mark in your hand. Now I have found to my relief, when I have a thick canvas strap like this, there's no problem. It also has to do with how high this is sitting or how low it's sitting, but it's actually not doing any marks on my wrist. There could potentially be a problem, especially if you don't have a strap, a NATO strap below, but you have some kind of two-piece strap. So that's something you should take into consideration. So that would be my only gripe about this. It's not a problem for me here, but if you're buying a two-piece strap, do have a think about it. I don't think you can buy the yellow anymore, it's gone. I think there's one blue left, and so you'll have to wait until next year. But hopefully for the next production, he can probably, get a little bit closer to the case, so it's not sticking out just as much as this. Other than that, all I want to show you is this on my wrist, and with the metal bracelet and the rubber that follows in the case. So let's have a look. So here it is. Such a nice, wonderful summer. I mean, you just get a smile on your face with this color. And the fact that it's glossy and with that totally nice sapphire, boxed sapphire with AR coating, it's just a joy, And with that strap here, it's just place it down, makes it like a tool watch, totally nice. But let's try out the other straps. And here it is on a black rubber strap. That came along in the package. It's actually not rubber, it's caoutchouc, so that's the highest end of rubber. Really nice. It says Swiss made inside, but there's no name. But clearly it's a really high-end rubber strap, so that's a nice addition here. And of course it works well with the yellow. And here it is on the bracelet. As you have probably noticed, there are drilled locks, so it's easy to put on or take off. Really a bonus on a diver's watch. I have to confess, I don't wear bracelets at all. I only wear, NATOs but primarily leathers. So I wear leather straps, and so don't take my word for it on these. The only thing I can say is more than 50% of you probably wear bracelets, so you would like to see it. You can see it's solid end links, so that's a bonus. You can see it's all brushed, so also this kind of tool-like thing. Here you've got a mill clasp with the Raven logo. Very nice. So there you go. And you can see some screws here, and that means it's that's supposed to be superior. But don't take my word for it. I don't know anything about bracelets. I would, however, say I've been telling myself, you got to at least have one watch on a bracelet. Come on. And I've really tried. But if I was going to have one watch on a bracelet, it would probably be this. I think it looks the business here with that kind of brushed links here. It looks killer. So there you've got it, a very cool Raven. I think anyone who's bought a Raven in blue or in yellow are really looking forward to enter a very, very fun and colorful summer. So thank you for sticking around, and see you next time.